And welcome to the second and possibly final installment of Archive Thrifting. And come to think of it, probably the only episode of this series, whether it carries on or not, to be shot here in beautiful downtown Aurora. It's just kind of a shame that the footage at times is just as shaky and blurry as it was last time. But then again, maybe it's appropriate. Anyway, I've got footage from 4 stores lined up for you today, and, well, let's get straight down to business. It's bright and early, the store hasn't opened yet, and yet I fear there'll still be quite a crowd, 'cause, sale day. And the first stop is the music section, and oh, hi Laura. Already have you on CD, but that's nice. What else have we got? Now, I don't have that on CD, but I'd love to have it. And it's just Laura Branigan Day. I'm totally okay with that, actually. And a very late period grassroots album, which was really water damaged and warped. And a crappy beat up mono association album, and more Laura Branigan. Otherwise, kind of the usual junk. And, oh, hi Sylvia, you're nobody called today. Phil Everly solo, would so take that on CD, ditto for Sylvia. And otherwise, business as usual. Typical stuff, no. Hoyt Axton, I'd take that on CD in a heartbeat, but I don't want to deal with the vinyl. And in the cassette section, nothing of any note. In the CDs, I found a still-sealed copy of Leonard Cohen's first album. Believe it or not, I've never owned that one, so yeah, I'm getting that. And otherwise, it's kind of the usual 90s pop and easy listening, and some crappy compilation. No. And what else have we got? Oh, hey. The Bird Maniacs. The first US CD of it. I've already got a German copy, but maybe it sounds better than the one I've got. And somebody can't spell Jaco Pastorius's name, and yep, bootleg. Maybe if it's still here next time, I'm not paying full price for that. And in the VHS section, well, it doesn't exactly look inspiring. I've actually been having kind of a tough time finding VHS fault candidates lately. And in the DVD section, I found Cannabis Expeditions. You'd think I was in Colorado or something. And in the toy section, I found this early electronic battleship game, which is probably missing a bunch of pieces and probably doesn't work, and I have no use for it. And I'm sure more or less the same goes for this Skittle bowling set, and cool to see, but not for me. And in the electronics section, I found this cheap Logitech steering wheel for PC games, and I've been seeing a lot of these lately, these faux 3D virtual reality headset things for smartphones. I guess that bodes well. And I found this 10-tape only cassette caddy, soft. Should have picked it up for my calibration tapes and stuff, but I didn't. And what I believe to be a standalone CB and possibly former police band receiver. And, those are kind of dead these days, and who knows what kind of condition that's in internally, so no. And a Video 8 camcorder, which was a little too basic for me, so I passed. And a Zenith laptop, which I'm sure somebody has a use for, but I don't. And the haul from this store consisted of 3 CDs. Leonard Cohen's first album, still sealed, the first US CD of the Bird Maniacs, one of those albums that I like but everyone else hates, and Neil Young's Harvest Moon, replacing an old cassette. And on to another arc, and yeah, they're all arcs today. Let's see what they got. In the cassette section, we've got, well, that looks familiar. Wow, I didn't realize they were that cheap. But strangely enough, I've never had any real bad experience with those Tone Master tapes. Otherwise, nothing too special, kind of the usual stuff. Nothing, but, oh, hey. Pia Zadora. Oh, please let this be one of her pop albums. No! Damn it. Not that I'd ever torture my audience with the clapping song. And it's the typical junk in the records today. I've already got that Pickwick Country album in the record ripoffs pile, so no. Liberace, no. No, 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 no. Now, I did find one interesting thing in the CDs, Saturday Night Evil, with a superimposed Hitler head over John Travolta's body. But shouldn't it be like Saturday Night Heil or something like that? But if this were an actual album, I would have picked this up in a heartbeat, but it appears to just be someone's mixtape, so no. And in the VHS section, a whole library on woodworking. And yeah, that's a lot of wood. Some VHS vaulty looking things here, like patchwork quilting. Gotten stuff like that before, it's never any good. And look at that. Boy, that just screams Branson. Please be from Branson. Please be from Branson. Yes, yes, I'm getting this. Oh yeah, and what else is there? Line dancing for seniors. You know, I've gotten stuff like this before, and it's never been too interesting, so I think I'll pass. What else is there? Polka Passion from Nebraska Public Television. No. Only picked up 2 tapes here, one being a local tape with an interesting elliptical name and a very elusive concept, and of course, Shoji Tabuchi. I gotta do a Branson episode someday. And on to a total disaster of a visit. But since this may be the only time anyone will ever see this place, I included a little footage. Not much in the records, though the Partridge Family has this way of following me around. And the other 45s were unremarkable. Nope. No. Nope. Yeah, Cliff Richard. Maybe there's something in the 33s. Got it. Got it. Don't care. Don't care. Got it. Don't care. 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 Elsewhere, I found this pack of cheesy plastic filters to stick on a camcorder. Tempting, but I don't know if it'll work with any of my camcorders, but hey, from Robert Waxman's. That's long gone. And on to one last thrift tour. Stupid street lamp. In the records, well, Elvis doesn't look too thrilled by the umpteenth repackaging of his Christmas album. Otherwise, Fremont National Bank. Now, this turned out to be a bunch of high school band and choir recordings from California. Not on sale, maybe if it's still there next time. Otherwise, I went back and looked at the Cowboy album. That was totally trashed. But otherwise, some actually fairly decent records. Irene Cara, Wizard of Oz storybook, Witness soundtrack, and a lot of 70s and 80s R&B. Pretty decent stuff. Carla Bonoff, I've already got that one. Yeah, doesn't look too bad. And yeah, I just flipped right past Romantic Zither. Maybe next time. But then it turns kind of crappy, and hey, this looks stereotypically Coloradan. And yeah, it is. It is local, but it didn't look too interesting, and it wasn't on sale. Maybe next time. And there were a ton of cassettes, and also a ton of people, which made it hard to shoot anything. I did wind up picking up a few, though, and I also picked a couple of Laserdiscs out of the vinyl section earlier, but again, too crowded to try and shoot anything, so stay tuned for the final haul. I hate it when they do this to the video sections. It's almost impossible to find anything, and you always make a mess. Grr. Now, this was tempting. A very promising looking Pioneer cassette deck, but I've already got a TIAC at home that I'm trying to fix up. So tempting, though. Otherwise, it's business as usual. Nothing too special. Nope. 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 Oh, hey, another all-in-one stereo, though. Now, this was interesting. A very, very old 16mm projector, $50, solid metal, beautiful looking thing. It would make a great decorative piece, but I don't have the room, and here in archive land it kind of has to be functional, and the odds of this being in full working order are slim, and the odds of me getting it back into working shape, not happening. I got a nice little haul from this store. 3 decidedly indie lo-fi cassettes, Smack My Crack, which is a series of poems recited over outsider rock music, an album from a California punk band called the Gorehounds, and, if I'll move that out of the way, the Melvins' final indie release, if I'm not mistaken, and it's called Lysol. 2 CDs, Bummed Out Christmas, which is a Rhino compilation that looked too interesting to pass up, and the first Led Zeppelin album, which, believe it or not, I have never owned on CD, and 2 Laserdiscs, this MGM promo demo sampler thing, and one of those oh-so-Japanese scenic novelty discs with music from Cassiopeia, something like that. And here's the final haul. 5 CDs, 2 VHS tapes, 3 audio cassettes, and 2 laser discs, coming in at a grand total of approximately $24, half of which was just for the CDs. And I forgot to mention earlier that when I opened up the Shoji Tabuchi tape, I found this plain brown paper bag inside with Shoji Tabuchi's signature on it. That's the stuff that great archivisms are made of. Anyway, that's it for this installment, and possibly this series. Only time will tell. Nonetheless, I'll see you again soon.